Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald, and today's inspiration is really going to be like silvers and greys. So I realised that I had some nice materials that work together, like this beautiful cineraria, these lamb's ears, some eucalyptus, and really to bring these together. Now I do have some of the lamb's ears flowers, they're a little bit tired, but they're interesting. To bring them together, we're going to add some beautiful white lisianthus and some of these beautiful white, well, off-white spray roses. So what I've got is I've looked for containers that I think would be a nice complement to that. And I've got these two interesting kind of modern style containers. Now, the first one, for me to get interesting angles on it, I've actually just put a pin holder in the top, and that's going to work perfectly because it just sits in there nicely. So I'm going to make sure that the water goes above the level of the pin holder. This one, I've put in some of the flexible wire. So the wire basically is going to hold our flower stems and stop them from moving around. Now, what we need to do then is just make two arrangements that really kind of work together as one. So I want the materials to basically kind of communicate with each other, speak to each other, and we'll see what we get. I'm just going to take off these leaves because they're a little bit shabby, but I do like the feel of the stems, because the stems are still kind of well, they're still furry and they're still interesting, and yeah, I think we can enjoy that. Now, I'm going to take off some of these lower leaves. So this doesn't necessarily need to be an arrangement that has a huge amount of volume of materials, but what I would like it to do is really just to showcase those materials against each other and how they work together. So straight away we're getting interesting selection there. And the same with this in a minute is going to be interesting. I almost find there's always bits of these leaves that are a bit more kind of less inclined to want to help. Now with the pin holder, just push straight down and you get your flowers moving. Now I think what we'll do is we'll bring that more to the back. Would be interesting. Yeah. Now because we've got a bit of the cineraria in there, we'll bring a little touch to here as well. Now the pin holders can be quite sharp, so actually you need to take a little bit of care in how you use them. Just not to jam your fingers straight down on them. And I'm just cutting down the eucalyptus a little bit just to make it into like little units that I can use. So every year I kind of grow this cineraria, and every year I love it, and I think it actually makes a really good cut flower. Now what I've just added there is a little bit of sage, so I was really just kind of looking around for what do I have that is in the silvers and greys, and I realised that I had a few different things, and I thought it would be nice to see these in combination with each other and to bring it to life and just to showcase them. So I think the crisp white containers make a big difference. And now we can have a look at our flowers. So We're going to bring in a little bit into each. I don't really want this to be like a great big heavy flowery arrangement. I think it should be just more like a talking point where you have to have a wee look at it twice. I think would be quite interesting. So as you can see, the wire just gives a perfect hold for our flowers. Now if I turn that bud, so if this bud's facing here, it kind of feels like the two flowers are speaking to each other. Or the two arrangements, should I say, are able to speak to each other. As long as everything's in water, that's the main thing. Now, if you are putting in a flower and you find that the stem bends or breaks, recut it. Don't just hope that it'll be fine. You need to bring it back out, recut it, reposition it, and then you'll be good. If you just put it in and it wasn't really happy, it's not going to become happy just because you put it in. It does need to be basically recut and repositioned so that it is right. And we can bring in some flowers low down as well. So we're getting a bit of recession. And a bit of interest. Right, so I need to look at how best to cut this to get a little bit of length. So if I want a flower to be up here, I cut that in such a way to give me more stem. I have to say this smells really nice because of the sage. And we'll just put a little bit of eucalyptus coming up and across. And I need a little bit just down into here. We're still seeing the pin holder. So I'm just going to cut this into like just a couple of leaves, like a little unit like this that I can bring in. And we can hide that without putting a lot of material in there just for the sake of putting a lot of material in there. And that is us. We have two little arrangements that work great as a pair. They work together because they are basically in the same color scheme, the same style of container but slightly different shape. And the same materials. So we've got matching materials in each. So it doesn't matter that they're not identical. In fact, in a way, it looks better that they're not. So two fun little arrangements that you could either put down low on a coffee table so you're really looking into them, or you could put them onto a nice console table or a mantelpiece. They would work in a lot of different locations. So I hope today's video has shown you how easy it is to make an arrangement. You just need some flowers, you need a container, and a clear idea of what you want to do. So the idea for today was to basically go silvers and greys and whites and just to run with that. And that's what will give you some visual impact in what you create. So 2 fun little containers, fun little arrangements, and quick and easy flower arrangement. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. We've got new videos every week and we would love you to join us for our next design. So click here to subscribe, tap the bell to stay up to date with our new content. And if you've enjoyed watching today's videos, then in our description we've got a link to another video that you might find interesting as well. So until the next time, take care and we'll see you soon.